What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Saturday stream. We're going to demold the Pinecone ornament blanks that we made last night. I'm super excited. It was pretty fun making these things. We did a bunch of different types of things, and so hopefully all the blanks turned out good. I can't wait to open them up. So here, let me switch to this view. So we got 4 of them, and actually kind of 5. I wanted to kind of get 2 blanks out of this guy. So these are kind of all the types of ornaments. We just shoved a big pine cone down in the pipe. This one we actually got 2 of them in, and then this one was, this was the a 3D printed thing is in here. So I've been meaning to cast that. So that wasn't really the ornament, but it should be kind of interesting. It's looking kind of cool so far. I haven't really looked at these guys yet. I haven't really inspected them myself, so I'm kind of seeing them for the first time. I took them out of the pressure pots and just kind of set them aside and did some other stuff. So I hope everybody's doing good today, Saturday. Man, so baseball is getting crazy, and we're into the postseason almost next week. So if for all you baseball fans, hopefully we'll have some good games. It's been a weird season this year, but hopefully it'll be a fun postseason. So I'm looking forward to that. Kind of off topic, but so what these ornament blanks are for anybody that didn't see last night and hasn't seen the posts that I've put up lately. So Turner's Warehouse is doing their 2nd annual Christmas ornament or ornament contest kind of thing, and it's going to benefit St. Jude Children's Hospital. And so the way it works, there's a contest involved, and they're auctioning off the ornaments. So basically, everybody can make an ornament. You can make as many ornaments as you want, but you can make an ornament, and then you can enter into, they have a few different categories, and I'm not sure who's actually going to be judging these. It's going to be like a judging contest type of thing. So like the best in the wood category, maybe 1st, 2nd, 3rd. I'm not entirely sure yet, but there's going to be prizes available for the winners in each of the categories. And this year should be pretty big. It actually kind of turned into something a lot bigger than they thought it was going to be initially, I think, last year. So last year went pretty well, and then this year they got some really big sponsors on board. So there's some really killer prizes available, but it's pretty cool. Basically, you just send your ornament to Turner's Warehouse, and they're going to auction them off on their Facebook page, and all the proceeds from the auctions are getting donated to St. Jude. So it should be a pretty cool one this year. It should be a lot bigger. From what I heard, and I'm not 100% certain yet, but I believe that there might be a couple of lathes up for grabs for the contest, and Easy Wood Tools is putting probably a package of tools in there. I've got a couple of gift cards as prizes to my website, and I think that they're just continuing to get even more sponsors on board. So there's a lot of prizes up for grabs. So it should be a pretty interesting one. There were some really excellent ornaments made last year. So I'm not actually going to be participating in the contest part. I'm just going to be making one, maybe a couple of them, and then sending them down, and then it's all going to charity. So there's kind of 2 sides. I mean, frankly, you can make as many ornaments as you want and send them down, and they're going to auction them all off, and all those proceeds are going to go to charity. So I'd rather just kind of get out of the contest thing, since I'm an affiliate, and I don't need to stick my nose in there. I just want to have fun with it and raise some money personally. But the way that I understand it, everybody can enter 1 ornament per category, and there's like 4 or 5 categories that you can enter into. So there's lots of different chances, but 1 per entry, and then aside from that, you can just send as many as you want, whether it's for a contest or not, and it'll be going to a good cause. So let's see here. We got lots of people already. So Mark and Dominic and Michael McEwen were here early. We got Jerry's here. Looking forward to seeing these. Yeah, me too. Let's see. Jim's here. And Bruce is here. What's up, man? Ray's here. Cool. Jim. John, nice. I'm glad you were able to make it out. That's cool. And Rumpel's here, and Judy, and Paul. Nice. Keebler's here. Sweet. Art's here. All right, so let's get this thing going. I talked a little bit to wait for people to kind of crowd in and join the fun. So let's get things rolling here. So we sprayed the pipes, so they should probably just pretty much fall out. I do have a little stick that if it needs a little bit of prodding, I can do that. But yeah, a lot of times, as long as you spray them, they usually come out. And I usually like to wipe them off if there's any extra stone or mold release. So I just went for this one first, And we did, let's see, we did a bunch of different types. So this one just had the green, make sure that I'm on camera. I'm going to get a shot underneath the camera here that'll be a close-up of all of them, but this one was just the green tinsel glitter in clear resin, and it turned out good. It's looking good so far. Can't see any problems with that, so that'll work pretty well. And then this was the one that I initially thought of first off. Maybe we'll go, this one's a little bit tougher. So here's how I do it. I just have a little stick. Ooh. Sometimes you gotta pop it. It's kind of stuck in the middle. So this one, I just wanted to make clear, and then we put some micro starlight glitter in there. So it's like the super fine holographic stuff. Fairly simple, and in my mind, what I want to do is I want to make a tree. That's what I was kind of picturing in my head. So I'll probably definitely turn this one up, and we'll have to kind of see how this all works. If anybody's interested in buying one of the blanks, you can let me know. Otherwise, I may just turn them all and send them down to Turner's Warehouse to raise some funds. We'll do the big sucker last. All right, so now this one we were doing a little bit of experimenting, and we'll have to see how this all turned out. We were trying to kind of make it look like it had like Christmas lights on it, so I did my best to try and kind of figure out how to make that work. We'll have to see how this looks. We did it a couple different ways. We just kind of went for like a graffiti style where I just kind of dumped some colored resin in the clear on the bottom, and it's a little bit more just like a cloud of colors in there. They got kind of swirled up when I pushed the pine cone down, but it is a really interesting thing. And then on the top, we actually kind of dribbled a little bit of color on the leaves, just little dots here and there, and that's looking like a little bit like Christmas lights. I think that was a little bit of a better way to go. So let's get this camera. Let me flip my view screen. So there it is. You can see this one was the one where we kind of just dribbled stuff, and I mean that's, not too bad. It's looking kind of cool. You got a bunch of different colors in there, and I'm thinking, once you turn this into like a tree shape, it may not be exactly what we had pictured, but I think it'll turn out okay. And then the bottom is just kind of cloudy, and that's kind of what I expected. I wasn't sure how that was going to work, but once we turn it again, it looks like one thing here, but you never know once you turn into it how it's going to look. But I do think it's going to look pretty good. Either way, I think they're winners. So here's the green glitter. That's pretty cool looking. And then here's my little micro starlight. Fairly simple, kind of no frills, but it's got a little bit of bling, and this actually, if you think about it, this actually kind of looks more like Christmas lights. I wasn't even really thinking that when I did it. I just wanted to add a little bit of color in there. That's actually probably the best Christmas light look that we did. So pretty cool. Now I'm going to switch to this other view so you guys can kind of see more of the action. We'll put these guys to the side here. This will be kind of a quick one. So I know some of you guys maybe haven't made it out to live streams. The demolding ones are pretty simple, pretty quick. We're just seeing what we got basically. So again, I 3D printed a weird kind of a shape thing, and then we just cast it with, Doug took the reins on this one, Doug and Jen, I think maybe too. We did pewter blobs, so it's mostly clear with pewter and some antique copper. Kind of looks goldish in there, and then we added some gold flecks, gold kind of mylar flakes in there, and that one popped out nice. Ouch. Gotta watch the tops, they're sharp. So that's not too bad. Get a close-up view on the other camera. It's looking pretty interesting. There's lots of things going on in this. Lots of things. Let's switch to this view so you guys can kind of see a little bit more of a close-up view. So pretty interesting. It's actually kind of tough to see the structure, the thing that I actually 3D printed in there. I'm trying to kind of get a view of that, but there's so many things kind of obscuring it that it's kind of hard, but there's lots of swirls. It was kind of this weird like statue thing that I 3D printed. You can kind of sort of see there's a structure to it on the top. I don't know. I think it should be kind of an interesting blank though. And one of the things that we tried to do that I kind of failed at, and I've really never gotten awesome results doing this, we tried to use syringes to kind of inject resin down in, but the problem was they kind of were like, they stuck. And maybe, not one thing that I didn't think of, I have some different size syringes. These ones are kind of small. And so maybe the resin was a little thick trying to like squish it out of the smaller hole. I have some slightly larger ones, so I'll try that again sometime. But it's a good way to get resin, you know, down in certain areas, but it's kind of hard to really make it look good. You know, like I haven't found a good way. Part of it was because the things were sticking and it wasn't just like an easy, you know, plunge and pull. But I kind of just put blobs here and there, and then I ended up just twisting the thing around and kind of sticking a stir stick down in there. But not too bad. We got it kind of mixed up, and it's kind of an interesting blank. I think that I think it should make for something cool. I don't know what we're gonna do with that one. I had no plan for it. So let's see what you guys have to say about these blanks. They turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them. Yeah, the copper and the gold and everything kind of goes together. Let's see here. Just put your first casting in the pot. Nice. Well, it kind of, there's a few factors that it depends on what resin, it depends on how much, you know, resin you put in there. You know, if it's somewhere like above 100 grams and you're using slow set clear, then, you know, 2 to 4 hours, somewhere in there. Depends on the temperature in your shop too. So generally you'll probably be good. If it's just kind of an average casting with slow set clear, 2 hours is probably plenty. But yeah, it's not going to hurt anything to leave it in for 4 hours, so, or even overnight necessarily, you know. The thing is, if you pulled it too quick, which it's going to be set up in 2 hours as long as it's a big enough mass, it'll be hard and everything. You'll be able to pull it out of the pressure pot whenever. What I find is a lot of times I'll leave it in a little bit longer because it seems like just giving it maybe another hour, sometimes it's easier to demold it, to get it out of the you know, your mold. Once it's kind of hardened, it'll kind of, resin shrinks slightly, is one thing. So like maybe sometimes if you're having trouble getting, one area where I just tend to leave them overnight is 3/4 inch PVC pipes with Alumilite clear, probably with epoxies too. There's edges that are very thin pieces of, you know, like where it kind of creeps up on the sides and it just kind of sticks in there a little harder. And so if you just let it sit like overnight, it'll kind of shrink just a little bit and those little thin pieces will harden up. So it's easier to demold. Now, if you're just talking about a brick, same idea kind of happens, but you can have like really thin parts here and there that are still not really fully hardened up, and it'll just kind of want to grab onto the mold. So sometimes I leave them in a little bit longer. But if you pull it too fast, so let's say that, you know, you put whatever, you know, one of these guys in, and then you decided to take it out of the pressure pot, you know, with slow set clear in like 15 minutes, then it's just, the air bubbles are just going to grow right back and it's going to be a big mess. So you got to keep it in there until it's hardened up and fully, you know, it's gone from a liquid to a solid, basically. That's what you're waiting for. So let's see here. Yeah, a couple, 2-3 hours. Depends on what the temperature is in the shop. If it's like 75, 70, 75, 80, somewhere in that range, then yeah, 2 hours is fine. You'll be good. Let's see. Yeah, the green tinsel, that stuff is awesome. I got all kinds of different tinsel glitter. I get it at Glitter Hippo. I used to get it at, so Glitter Hippo, I think, and Solar Color Dust are the same company. I think maybe Solar Color Dust bought Glitter Hippo or one or the other. And I used to just get it on Solar Color Dust website, but last time I actually just ordered some and they didn't have it. So I had to go to Glitter Hippo. So I don't know what the deal is, but it's the same exact stuff, same company even. So pretty good stuff. Still getting air bubbles. Probably still have, probably not getting the pine cones dry. Dry those suckers out fully. How do you fill in wood grain on wood blanks? probably use a grain filler type thing. You can use like the sanding sealers will fill grain. That's probably what I'd recommend. It depends on exactly what you're talking about, but probably sanding sealer is the way to go. Yeah, even on stabilized blanks. I mean, you're gonna stabilize doesn't mean like it's grain filled. It just means that the wood has absorbed the resin and hardened up. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna have the grain filled. So yeah, you'd have to fill it with something. That's what sanding sealers do generally for turning stuff. So that's probably what I would do. The cellulose ones or the lacquer based ones, you just spray it on and then it fills the grain. That's actually exactly what that stuff is meant to do, is fill the grain so that and it also sands well. So I would try that out. Nice, Art. You're going to do a crinkle ornament. I like that. Yeah, so I would definitely appreciate anybody who wants to get involved. It's not my event, but definitely want to support Turner's Warehouse. So if you got some time, you got an idea of something to make for an ornament, it doesn't matter what it is. There is a contest, and obviously if you want to win the prizes, maybe put some thought into it and really bump it up. But really, the whole point is to just get as many people to make ornaments and send them into Turner's Warehouse so that they can auction the ornaments off. And they'll be, I'll have more information about the auctions. They're going to basically auction them, I think, through their Facebook page. So there'll be a gallery of pictures of each one of the ornaments, and then you would just bid on whichever ones you want in that photo gallery on their page. So that'll be coming obviously down the line. I don't know exactly when the cutoff date is to get these things in. I didn't really look up the rules. I would assume we have at least a couple weeks, if not maybe like a month. So I'm not 100% sure. I just didn't double check that. But so we should have a few weeks to get this thing going. But definitely would appreciate if whoever can make an ornament and send it in. It'll be awesome. So I'll be posting more stuff about that as we go along, and I'll be reminding you guys like on social media and on the streams when is the actual cutoff date. I'll look that up. Yeah, it's good to wipe stuff off before, you need to get the dust out. You can either like spray it with air is not a bad way to get like the majority off, and then denatured alcohol or something else to get it out of there, and then fill those greens. Yeah, I guess the dryer sheets might pick up dust. I think it's better, like if you're talking about just like sanding wood dust, probably better to have something like a tack cloth or something liquid to actually wipe it from. You got a crazy idea? Nice. Oh, Doug, you missed it. It's cool though. I'll show you what we got. So we'll just go to this camera view. So I'm going to start reverse order. So here's the big guy. It turned out pretty good, I think. It's kind of hard to see exactly what's going on, but for those of you that were here during the casting, you know what that kind of weird structure thing that we cast in there kind of looked like. But I think that the colors and everything turned out really good. I pretty much like everything about it. The only one thing that I will say is a lot of these color swirl type things are, depending on what you're making, they may get turned away. There's not a whole lot of that kind of on the inside, just because I couldn't really get things, the way that 3D printed thing was, I was injecting it on the outsides of that. So we'll have to kind of see, but like I said, I don't even know what I'm going to do with that. I just wanted to cast that thing finally. And then we got the green tinsel glitter. That one turned out pretty cool. That'll look good. And then we got my micro starlight. And I was saying that, the other ones, the third one that we did last night, we were trying to go for like Christmas lights. And frankly, I think I nailed it with the micro starlight. This looks the most like Christmas lights to me. And then here's this one where we kind of graffiti styled. We were trying to go for some sort of a kind of a Christmas light thing. This one got too super just kind of swirled up. And the colors kind of even bled a little bit, but I kind of knew that was going to happen since we did it fairly quick and then shoved the pine cone down in. But it's actually, I think it's pretty cool. Like, I think when this gets turned, it's going to be actually pretty impressive. It's just not going to probably look like Christmas lights, you know. And then on the top side, we got some interesting stuff. I mean, there are some different colors and things that are a little bit approaching, you know, they're reminiscent of Christmas lights, I would say. But still kind of a little bit more of that kind of graffiti. I think that worked a lot better, just dabbing the pine cone here and there and then shoving it down in the clear. I think that was a little bit more kind of what we were going for. So I'll just cut this guy in half, and then this will be 2. And like I said, so this was the one that I wanted to make. This is what I had in mind. So that'll be my main ornament that I'm going to send. And depending, if anybody is interested, if somebody wants to buy, this will be cut in half. So there'll be 3 of these. Just like send me a message somewhere, let me know, and I can just kind of set up a invoice thing and send them out. If nobody really is interested, and it's no big deal either way, I might just turn all of them and send them down to Turner's Warehouse. So one way or the other. I might actually even keep one of them for myself. We always I try to make an ornament every year for our tree. So, and so what I have in mind for those, again, is I want to just kind of make like a tree shape, turn kind of a tree sort of shape out of that blank, and then that'll be the ornament. It'll be pretty cool, I think. I'm excited to see how it turns. So, and then so here's the problem. I was debating what to do about, I think I want to make a video instead of just a live stream. And I might try to just shoot video while I'm doing a live stream. I've done that a couple times, but I do want to try and get like a real video where it's like really like, oh, here's a Christmas ornament, and make sure to go and enter yours into the St. Jude thing for Turner's Warehouse. It just, a lot of times just a regular video may get more views than a long form live stream. So we'll have to kind of see. I can maybe do that where I'm just kind of, you know, setting the camera up and getting a few clips and shots. It doesn't have to be any amazing video, just get some important shots and then, you know, mention the ornament challenge thing. So nice. You turned a pen, a seam ripper, and 2 crochet kits. Nice. You've been making some shavings. You went to the lumber yard? Yeah. I remember those days. I don't go to the lumber yard like that too much anymore. I usually just, you know, if I need wood for something, I usually just get it online now. But I remember, like, especially when I first got into woodworking and just in general, oh my God, I would spend hours at the lumber yard. We had a really good one, Austin Hardwoods down in Vegas. I think they're gone now, but I would just be looking, and I really liked the exotics section especially. And so this is before I was a wood turner, but man, spend hours in the wood store. That and the tool store. We had a really good one. So if anybody's ever in Las Vegas, head over. Oh shoot, don't you hate it? I just did this last night on the stream where I had a thing that I was going to talk about, and then when I wanted to say the name, it was just gone. Okay, I got it. So if you're in Vegas and you want to go and check out a really cool tool store, Woodworkers Emporium in Las Vegas rocks. They have a huge, awesome store. So check them out if you're ever down there. Most of the big tools in my shop, you know, I got the lathe here and stuff, but like my bandsaw, my joiner, my table saw, what else? I'm trying to think. I don't know. A couple other things, router table stuff. So a lot of the big ones. Oh, my drum sander, I think I got from there. So lots of my big tools I got. Oh, and all my Festool stuff too. So they used to love me. Yeah, I like the green one. That was a really good call. That one is really good. There's also a red, it's called Vampire. There's a red tinsel glint. I think there's a couple different reds, but the red I think would look good in one of these too. Sweet. All right, so that's about it, guys. Just wanted to demold those things, share what we got. I'll probably post some pics on Instagram. And once again, don't forget, we got the auction for the X-Wing Sphere. It'll be ending tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. So I'm going to go and grab a link. I think there might be a link down in the show notes already, but I'll just toss one in the chat for anybody that wants to go and check it out. If you want to bid on it, I think that the latest bid right now is $1,500. Are you kidding? That's awesome. So I'm super excited about it. So it is pretty high, but I would love it if you guys could share out that post with anybody. If you know somebody that might be interested in bidding on it, You know, grabbing one of those hybrid X-Wing spheres. It's got a nice base. Big Star Wars fan that's got some big pockets, send them over to the Instagram page. But either way, just share out with, you know, whoever, because the way these things work, you know, how things get kind of spread, especially on the internet. Tag a friend, they may know a friend, they tag someone, and we got, you know, big money spenders coming over possibly. So it's all going to MS Society. It's going to benefit them. So I definitely appreciate you guys sharing that out. Be looking for tomorrow for the non-patrons. I finally got the video from the first Friday for September edited, and we did a little bit of fun with pattern testing, like making patterns in resin. So I finished that edit up. It should be up. I haven't uploaded it yet, but it'll be ready to go tomorrow. So that'll be the video. It's a replay of a live stream for the first Friday for patrons, the Q&A hangout. I edit that part out where I do a demo of a resin casting something. Edit that out. So it's a little bit shorter than my normal replays. It's like maybe like 40 minutes, I want to say, something like that. So it's a little bit more digestible, but it's we did some interesting stuff. So I definitely, you know, go and check it out and maybe just put it on like 2 times speed so you see what we were kind of up to. But I think you guys might be interested in seeing this one. It was kind of a fun idea that we did. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it too. So anyway, let's see here. Is there anything else going on? And I do have links to the Turner's Warehouse Facebook page that explains like all the rules, how to get entered, you know, what the, you know, they talked a little bit about the prizes, I think there, but like basically how this whole ornament challenge works. There's already a link down in the show notes for that. So check that out, head over. You have to download a little form and fill that out, and you'll put that in the box that you send with your ornament. So just a little bit of a side note on that. So anyway, guys, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the weekend. I'll probably see you guys in the comments a little bit tomorrow for that video. And then I'm going to be keeping my eyes on that Instagram post and that auction tomorrow. I'm very curious to see. The number is so high at this point that I almost can't believe that we're going to have like this last minute scramble like normal auctions are, or, you know, like you have during a normal auction. But who knows? Maybe we will have a little bit of a fight at the end, and we'll raise even more money. So I'll be kind of keeping my eyes on that. Can't wait to see it. Thank you guys all for sharing that out. I know a lot of you have shared, tagged friends in the post and all that, so I really appreciate all that stuff. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a great rest of the evening, and I will see you guys next week. We'll have to see what's going on. I might, I'm trying to just quickly think about some stuff here. We might, actually, it's not even going to be that one. Oh, I dropped that. I think I might actually, I'm kind of liking the idea as long as nobody's too upset about it. I think maybe on Wednesday we'll turn this. And like I said, you'll just have to, it'll be a little bit of a kind of a longer weird thing where I'm actually trying to shoot video of the thing and get that edited. But I think it'd be kind of fun maybe to just do this on a live stream while I shoot some video of it. So maybe think about that on Wednesday as long as nothing else changes between now and then. So anyway, I will see you guys on the next live stream, hopefully Wednesday, and have a great evening, guys. Thanks for joining the fun today.